What's up, everybody? I'm Darian, and you are logged on to Living Out Loud with Darian. Today, I have my final installment of my Living Positive series, where I speak with Black, gay, and Latino men who are living and thriving with the HIV virus. Today, I'm sitting with Mr. Andre Allen. You may know Andre from his blog, Andre's Flavor, from Miami, where he originated. He now lives in the D.C. area, and I'm in D.C. today, and I have the pleasure of sitting down with him and talking about his life and living and thriving with HIV. Andre is a really good friend of mine, so this is going to be a really easy conversation. But believe it or not, we've actually never sat down and talked about this particular aspect of his life. It's just something that's understood between the two of us. So, Andre, just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born, how old you are, and what you do for a living.
All right. My name's Andre Allen. I am 26 years old. I'm a Cancer, currently living in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. I've been in D.C. for 15 months now. Yeah, 15 months. Originally from the South Florida area, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, to be exact.
So when did you find out about your status?
I found out about my status October 17, 2003. I had actually started working in the field in May of 2003, and I did a test in May, and it was negative.
Mm-hmm.
And in October, I got sick, and the doctor's like, well, that's backstep. I got sick in July, right after my birthday, and I was sick for like a good week, and headaches, back pains, just out of it for a week straight. I took aspirin, Tylenol, cold flu, nothing would help. I went to the doctor, they said, you're fine. Went back for a follow-up in October. They said, well, why don't you take an HIV test? I was like, well, I'm in the health field. I took one in May. I'm fine. I'm good. I haven't done anything unprotective-wise to contract HIV. I know the risk and everything. They said, well, just take it anyway. So I took it, and there you have it. I found out I was HIV positive.
How did you react to the news when they told you?
Well, the crazy thing about it is the way that they told me was they just handed me the paper. And they said, here's your paper, and there's no post-counseling, which was supposed to be post-counseling, but there's no post-counseling. They just handed me my results, and I went on about my day. I went to work, and I had my best friend with me at the time, and I was like, hey, I just found out I'm HIV positive. And he looked at me, he stopped the car, he's like, you serious? Are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And at the time, I was fine. And
so you were obviously in a state of shock. You just didn't process it at all.
I don't think I processed it at that. I mean, I knew I was. I had given people the results before, so I was like, okay. But having to hear the results on my end, it didn't really faze me at the moment. When I got to work and I actually sat down, is when it hit me. In February of 2003, I had a three-way, and came to find out that one of the participants decided to take the condom off in the act.
And you didn't know?
I did not know.
Wow.
And people say it all the time, well, how would you not know that the person took the condom off? You should. I said, well, when in the heat of the moment, things happen, you don't know what people are doing. So, again, it felt the same. The person was doing me, I was doing someone else, and bam. It is what it is. Am I upset? No, I'm not.
And that was in 2003.
Right.
And so it's 6 years now.
6 years, pretty much. This is April. October will be officially 6 years, but you might as well say 6 years. But, yeah, 6 years. And, I'm healthy. I'm fine. I'm doing good. I've not been in the hospital or sick, so I'm fine. I'm good.
Are you on meds now?
I am on meds.
Okay. What's your regimen like?
It's 2 pills twice a day, and just take it no matter any time of day, with food, without food. Just take it. I go about my day, and every now and again I have my days where I'm not feeling too good, but that's normal. But
you have any major side effects?
No major. In the beginning it was diarrhea, but that was about it. Nothing else, nothing too serious. But
So are you, tell me about dating as an HIV positive person. How is it different from before when you were negative and life was a lot more carefree, I guess you would say, than it is now?
I think it's still the same.
Still hard.
It's still hard. I mean, being black, being gay,
Yeah.
the dating life is hard. You have to have, the 6-packs and all this other stuff with, I guess, being in a relationship with people trying to find that right person. But for me, I think it's still the same because I'm open about my status. We all have these adult site profiles, and I think with that, people are more willing to want to have a relationship with me or talk to me, get to know me, due to the fact that I'm open and honest about my status. Unlike people who say that they're negative on their profile, and
they're really positive.
Really, in the end, they are positive.
Right.
And I get that a lot. I said, I wish I was more able to come out and say that I'm positive. Even though I'm negative, I'm actually positive, and I get these stories every single day about,
Wow.
how to deal with, being positive, and the fact that people, don't want to date them because they are. I have yet to have that backlash. I don't know if it's because I'm just open and honest. I don't know what it is, but I have yet to have that backlash of no one wants to date me because I'm positive. I just don't know.
So tell me about your relationship with your family.
I don't really have a relationship with my family. We've been distant, like, I guess, over 2 years now.
Why is that?
The main reason is because I'm gay. They hate the fact, they're from the islands, how island families are. They hate the fact that you're gay. Even the fact that me being gay, when I told my grandmother, she blew up. She's like, I'm going to jail, it's an abomination, it's a sin. And I thought it was something that I could come to her and talk to, because, growing up with her pretty much my entire life, I could say I thought I was comfortable enough to confide in her about my sexuality, and when I did, that wasn't the case. So, I mean, I just basically closed the door on my family and said, hey, either you're going to accept me or you're not going to accept me. And if that's the case, then hey, I can deal with society and the world on my own, and I've done it for 2.5 years now.
Andre, looking back, do you have any regrets?
No regrets. I try to live for the moment. I live with the flow of life, and what will be will be. So no regrets. Obviously, there's, as I keep saying, there's a reason, a season, a purpose that I have this virus, and it's just to educate young black men about the virus of HIV. Just to use condoms, use protection, and enjoy sex, but use protection at the same time. And even though you may not get HIV, there are STDs,
right.
STIs, as the terminology is now, STIs, sexually transmitted infections. You have hepatitis, you have chlamydia. The syphilis rate is sky high for black gay men, and if you don't want that 3 shots that comes with syphilis, protect yourself, and use condoms. That's all. I'm not gonna preach.
No.
But
that's great advice. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I want to thank Andre so much for sitting down and sharing something so personal and intimate with myself and with you guys as well. And just like Andre said, just love yourself, protect yourself, and protect those you're with.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks. Peace. Take care.